Good morning and welcome to We Repair. So today, obviously, as you can see, I'm having a little bit of a drone day. So this is my personal one. I won't go into the ins and outs of it too much, but the long story short was, may have flown it into a tree a little bit, and now it's a little bit damaged. So I don't know if you can make it out. I have tried gluing this, but it has not done me any favors. So right here, there's a nice whacking great crack. As a result, the arm bows upwards slightly, and it causes flying the thing a bit of a havoc. So I have a new arm to fit. I've never done this before. I've not even opened one up, so this is going to be a little bit of good fun for me too. So I've done a bit of reading about it. I think it's just a question of popping this top cover off and undoing a few screws down here, and it should just come away. So we're going to go for it. I have got a magnetic mat that I've just put on the thing to one side of me. So we will smash straight on and see if we can get this repaired. Fingers crossed, it's nice and straightforward and just comes undone really easy. I am using, just because people keep asking me, a T6 screwdriver just to get these undone. I'll just do the top ones as well while we're here. Screws wise, so far they're all the same size, so mixing them up's not a massive problem, but I am going to keep them separate anyway, just because that's how I like to roll. I'd much rather do it right once than mess around. Oops. But so far they're coming out lovely and easy, so that's a good sign. So hopefully this will only take me a couple of minutes of unscrewing, and we should get all of these undone. I don't know if there's screws that I need to undo to get this top front bit off. I hope not. We will find out in a second. So let's have a look here. Broken my gimbal cover as well, which is not great. I'm just going to undo one of these and just see how long these screws are. I don't think they will go all the way through. No, they don't. So undoing them is going to achieve me nothing. What I need now is a spudger or something flat to get these little clippy bits out. I'm hoping they'll just do that. Oh, and that's moving. So that's that. And then this side. Oop. And that pinged off a little bit more than I wanted it to. And let's just have a look on here and see if there's any other screws. Right, so it looks like there's one more back here on the arm. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm hoping, yeah, there you go, look. I reckon that probably needs to undo as well, but let's just leave it that for a minute. And I think we should be all right. Just gonna pop that gimbal cover back on just to protect whilst I'm doing this. Hopefully this is going to come apart no problem at all. I can already see it's slightly divided. From a quick dig I did earlier, I know that there is a cable that sits just behind this DJI thing, so just be aware. Yeah, I can see it already, and yeah, it should just pop up. So I'll show you that in just a minute. I just want to see if this is going to come away nicely, and hopefully it will. I'm just working my way around. Oh, that doesn't feel like that's coming away. It feels like there's a screw there. Let's just see if that one goes all the way through. See if that does make any difference in undoing it. I'm not convinced. I'm going a bit gung-ho here, but I think if you were a bit more gentle than me, you'd probably be using plastic pry tools and not metal ones. Yeah, that's coming up now, no problem. Oop, in fact, the cable just undid at the back here, so that's what happens when you're a bit more aggressive with it than you probably should be. There is another screw there. I'm just debating whether or not to undo it. Yeah, I think those ones are going to have to come out as well. At the front there. So let's just do that. Yeah, I can feel it loosening already. Okay, well, good to know for future. So do as I say, not as I do, and all that jazz. Cool. All right, that's undone. Oh yeah, that comes up much easier. Lovely. So hopefully you can now see, but there's our cable that was at the back there that I inadvertently pulled off. Let's just zoom you in a little bit, and then hopefully you can see. So the connection was just here, if my camera wants to sort its whatever out. So the connection was just there on the back, and it is soldered in just over here with 3 little things, and there's a blob of adhesive on there as well. I don't have any of that adhesive, so I'm going to hope that a glue gun is going to do the job. Yeah, and we're going to just hope for the best. Right, so let's zoom you back out, and we'll see if we can deal with this problem. So I think now we do need to undo this screw back here. So let's just do that. Because I've super glued this into place, I think I'm now going to have some issues getting this free. So we're just going to have to give it a little bit of a wiggle and sort of hope for the best a bit. It does want to go. It's just, I don't want to break the plastic case, so it might be that I'll have to get some, I'll break the bit that I've broken already so we can see. So yeah, that's definitely going to have to come up, but I glued it rather well, so I'm going to have to figure out how to get that off. I think probably the best way to do this is to get some acetone on there and loosen it. Right, let me grab some acetone and some Q-tips. I will get that loosened, and then I will come back to you once we're hopefully getting somewhere near free. So actually, with a bit of luck here, I've actually just discovered some more Phillips screw heads that I didn't actually know were there. So there we are, serves me right. There's 2 just here, look, right next to the arm, which I should have spotted on the new one, which that's slightly annoying, but there we are, live and learn. Let's just loosen those off, hopefully. So, as you can see, I had a little bit of an incident. Unfortunately, it did take a lot of the plastics on the housing with it. Now, I have test fitted the new leg. It does fit fine. It screws in 3 places, so I'm actually fairly happy with it. So I'm not going to stress about the chassis for the moment. If it causes me problems in flight, then I may replace it down the line. So what we're going to do, we're going to desolder this. I've put some flux on. We're going to get the leg off. So things to note, they do need to go back in the same order wires wise. So closest to me is black, then white, then grey. Just desolder them one at a time, and then we will put them back on down the line. So there's one off. Come on, you little monkey. Gooey stuff is causing me some headaches. Okay, so that's all 3 off. Clean up the soldering iron. There's probably enough solder on there actually to put it back on. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove that rubbery stuff completely now so it's not in the way, if I can. Right, that's everything cleaned up as best I can. Let's get this new leg into position. Should just more or less slot down like that. So that's cool. Let's just screw the screws in, and we'll test again. Let's grab my 2 Phillips. Should be laughing. Right, I'll just pause here while I do this and I'll come back to you. So we had to have a brief pause. My little people arrived home, so they needed to take precedence. Right, let's get this finished. I have just noticed actually on the board there's a B, a W and a G for a black, white and grey, so that makes life nice and easy. At least we can't get them too wrong. This I bought on eBay, so hopefully it works. The seller has assured me it has come from a working drone, so fingers crossed. I'm not going to put any more solder on here because there's quite a lot on here already. So hopefully we can just get this soldered in with the remnants of what's there. And really the only last thing I've got to do is just a bit of hot glue just to hold everything in place. There, actually the arm is quite tight, as you can see. We'll just tighten that up a bit more. Make sure it's really tightened down. I mean, it's got 3 fixed points, so it should be fine. It's a little bit on the loose side, but it'll be all right. So we've got it locked in here, and then 2 points down there. But actually, once the top is on there as well, it should hold lovely. Right, let's get this soldered in. I'm running my wire out of the way. Oops. Ah. Okay, that's it. So that's my black. It is in there nicely. Let's do my white now. Hopefully this is showing up on camera. Soldering is not my strong point, I'm not going to lie. Right, that one's on, and through the grey. Cool. Great. Let's just click that soldering iron off. That is done. Right, so now really the only thing left to do is just to get all these cables buttoned up so it's tidy. There are some little clippy bits down the side and things that they do hook onto. So I'll just quickly get that done. And then what I will do is I'll go and grab a glue gun, and then we'll just get everything glued down just to make sure it's all held in there lovely. Which I'm not. That's one of the parts I can handle without anticipating too many problems. I just want to make sure everything's hooked in neatly as it can be. Cool, right. I'm going to go and grab a glue gun, and we'll give this just a couple of strips of glue just over the top of everything to hold it, and then we'll button it all back up and finish. Right, I've got my glue gun going now. It has got the smallest cable in the world, but it does the job. So let's just quickly whack some hot glue over this just to make sure that it all stays in position. I'm going to put on more than I need. Pulls off easy anyway if there's a problem. As I say that, it pulls off onto the gun itself, which is just perfect. Okay, that's that. Put a blob down here as well. And then we'll also put a blob back on here where it came off of. And that should hold it. Cool, that is done. It doesn't look the tidiest. I'll give it a squash down to make sure it doesn't interfere with anything, but it should be fine. Groovy. Cool, well, happy with that. At least as happy as I can be. What I will do next is get this top piece back on. So first thing we need to do is reconnect it back to our sensor that's down here, our connection that's down here. I'm hoping I can reach it just like this. He says, there we go, done. Cool, so it's just a matter of now clipping it back up. Everything should just clip into place just by pushing it. And then we just got to put all the screws back. So I'm not going to force you to watch me put everything back in. What I will do is I'll just quickly speed it up, and then you can just see the end result. had to get my battery charger out a little bit. What I would do, just for argument's sake, we'll pop a prop onto the back one just so you can see it working. Grab one of my batteries off charge. Do the old DJI turn on jobby. Oops. It should, hopefully, be all good. Cool. It's definitely done its test thing. It spins lovely. And we got no issues with it folding in either, so I think we are all good. Just turn that off. That's it, really. So, been a bit of a fiasco. I'm not overly happy with the end result. So, this is not great. I'm gonna potentially replace this whole bottom housing, but I think I'll just give it some time and some thought over whether or not I actually bother. But in essence, that's it. I've completed the replacement. It's done, everything works. I will give it a test flight outside of this video, and if it doesn't work and I need to refilm a little bit, I'll soon be posting that on the channel, so you'll soon know. Hopefully it's helped someone. If it has, please drop me a like, leave me a comment. If you can subscribe or sign up to one of the membership schemes, that'd be great. It really helps support me. It gives me more money to be able to do this stuff and to spend some more time repairing and fixing and investing back in the channel. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.